Hey everyone, what's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you. Just move that over there so it doesn't get in the way of the light. It's another video for you guys. We're covering the latest United news of the day. Thank you everyone for joining us and getting in here. Do us a favour at the start of the show. Smash that like button on it. Give it a share around. Get yourself involved in the chat as well with the legends. Kate Cadet, how's it going, lad? C Talentless, the Vootinator. Yes, mate, we've got 57,000 subscribers. Come on! Get in there, my son! Thank you, everyone, for hitting that subscribe button. Once again, if you're new, drop the subscribe, get involved. Thank you for every one of you that subscribed to the channel. 57,000 of you legends. And get in there, my son. NK Shooter, K Cadet, Alex Walker, seriously, Mickey Kramer, Gareth Ward Stevens, what's going on, lad? Get in there, my son. Primot, Philip Chapman, Jim, Palmerius, Playmaker, Jay, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much for joining. Do smash a like and give it a share around. It helps the channel out and get yourself involved throughout the chat. It's a fully interactive show, so we are going to get in and out of the chat, see what you guys are thinking about all the topics we're discussing and all the news we're getting into. Of course, we've got the FA Youth Cup final later on tonight, guys. We're going to be watching that on the channel as well. Get yourself involved around about 7, quarter past 7. We're going to get going on that one. 7:30 kickoff, I think it is. Hey there, Leah Rose, 0 Degrees, Jeff as well, Sullivan, Batman Night Fan, whole bunch of legends getting in here. Thanks for joining, guys. Hope you're having a great day. So we're just going to cover the latest United news, the latest transfer news. Ten Hag is going to join Manchester United at the end of the season. He's imminently coming in. He's going to need some imminent signings. United have a lot of players going out and a lot of players that are melters. There's reports that United could have anywhere up to 200 million to spend in the summer. 200 million is a quite ridiculous figure when you think about it. But if you actually consider this, United are going to probably give him about 100 million budget anyway, just to sign players, even if he didn't generate any cash from elsewhere. Then he's probably going to want to sell a few of those players that are still contracted at the club. If I was him, I'd be trying to cash in on a few guys and be able to mould the side the way I see fit with that money, i.e. selling players who are expendable, selling players who are worth money, but not really key players. People like, well, there's, I don't know, Tellez, Dallo, Wan-Bissaka, Martial, again, there's McTominay, there's loads of players, Bailly, there's loads of players that do have some sort of market value that at this moment in time are probably just taking up a space in the side and are maybe not quite good enough. And if Ten Hag had that money available that he could go and then spend in other areas of the side, then obviously he would probably benefit from that because we've seen what these players can do. We've seen that they're proven guff. So in those regards, okay, maybe he's given 100 million, but hopefully we can sell some of these players. Harry Maguire, I didn't even mention Harry Maguire. Rush Money said, McAverage, £1.78. Hey, Mark Harris, how you doing, man, as well? Well, that's the problem, isn't it, Rush Money, to be fair? Like, how much are you going to get for these guys, really? Harry Maguire's going to be on the old wallpaper paste table outside the bloody house in a yard sale for 99p. That's all I can say. But then again, no, I mean, maybe look, Leicester, Newcastle, there are some teams that would value Harry Maguire at 30 or 40 million. He's another one. How did I not even mention Harry Maguire? If I was Ten Hag, especially if you want to play a system where, I don't know, you're high up the pitch, you're an attacking unit, you're usually pressing opposition high up, that sort of thing. If you want to play that way, then Harry Maguire's going to be shite for you because he's just slow as all hell. And those balls over the top, those balls in behind, they will cause Harry Maguire all sorts of problems if you're playing with any sort of a high line whatsoever, any of the time. So for those reasons, I think he doesn't really fit and make sense for a Ten Hag type side anyway. I think he would make sense to go and play a 3 at the back, low block, Gasharama type, rough, Burnley type style of play. So if I was him, I would try and sell Harry Maguire. That's a bit of money generated. So he could have a couple of 100 million to spend, maybe. Chances are probably not. Maybe, I don't know. If we can hope, let's hope that maybe altogether 150 million. But let's just ask the live chat actually. What do you think in terms of like money spent this summer? And that's including players that we sold and then reinvested. How much money do you actually think Man United will spend this summer? Players are expensive, peeps. United have got a lot of players going out. If United want to sign many players, we actually are going to have to put our hands in our pockets and buy some players. So, Tielemans is 40 million. Ruben Neves is 60 million. Rice is a fucking 150 million. Nobody's buying him. So, so you are going to have to spend at least 150 million, I think, to even impact or make any sort of impact in the squad. Unless you do sign some frugal signings, unless you do see him bring some youth through and do well that way, or maybe even sign some free transfer players. We've talked about people like Christian Eriksen as an example, replacement for Juan Mata on a free maybe. These sorts of signings are going to have to be made as well. But certainly we're going to have to spend a huge amount of money to be able to do anything next year. Connor Matthews, what's going on, mate? Dan Davies in here comments, we don't actually get much money when we sell. Higher wages, etc. I think we'll struggle to get certain players off the books unless their contracts are run out. Great comment there, Dan Davies. The problem is with United is we give players too much too soon. Martial's on, I think, 180 grand a week. Does that make sense for a player of Martial's quality? Or, Lingard was given a contract over 6 figures a week pretty damn quickly for just being a backup player, really. Okay, just because he's homegrown and he's a talent that's come through the academy and all the rest of it. But certain players are given too much too soon in this club. Rashford's on 200 grand a week. Maguire, 180, I think it is. Look at ridiculous figures for these guys, really. So, if you did want to sell a player like Maguire, well, the club that's going to want to come in and sign him is going to have to be able to afford his wages. It's a very good point you make. And that means that because of the extra money they have to spend over the course of a few-year contract to convince this guy to come and pay him, that means they're not prepared to spend as much up front on your players. That's absolutely right. That's why you see Manchester United get shafted in the transfer window, selling players and buying players. We seem to pay a big premium for players, and then we just let players go for more or less peanuts because no bastard wants them and they can't afford them. Hey there, Eddie's Football Waffle. How you doing, mate? Welcome in, you Don. Vutinator as well. Asher Katana, great to see all you in here. Do drop a cheeky little like on the video as you join and have your say in the chat. But anyway, so United are going to have a big, hefty budget. I can see a lot of people saying 100 million, 200 million, and then Operation Fire Sale, says Rushmano. Hey, Talk MU. Vutinator says 150 to 200. Connor says 400 million. Eddie says 500 million needed, but I see 200 million minimum. So we've seen United spend quite big money over the years. Like even in the last window, we did still sign Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo for in excess of 100 million. So we did spend quite a lot of money there. Well, that was a season when really we thought we only needed a few players. If you actually look at how we finished in the season before under Ollie in second, we thought, okay, we need a striker. We did definitely need a midfielder as well, minimum. And you can argue that we definitely needed some other areas of the team strengthening as well, based on the season we've just had. But we did spend big money. Well, that was a season where we only needed a few. Now we need a whole new team. So surely they've got to go out there and spend the most that any team is going to spend in the transfer window. You see what Arsenal did last year, where they spent over 150 million. They got a lot of players. United are going to have to do even more so than that, I think, if we're going to seriously give Ten Hag what he needs to do the job. Because players like Scotty McTominay are not going to get the job done. Slabby Maguire, not going to get the job done. In fact, all of our back line, if you look at them, Wan-Bissaka, good defender, not good enough going forward. Dalot, good going forward, not good enough defender. Tellez, great going forward, Gash defender. Luke Shaw, pie lover. None of those guys I don't think are really up to the task either. So in an ideal world, you're going to want a fullback or two. So we need a whole new team, guys. We need a whole new team. Starting off with, and I want to champion this guy in all fairness, because from all the videos I've seen, from all the the media that you read, this guy is exactly what Manchester United are looking for. I mean, look, do I watch Benfica on a regular basis in the Portuguese league? Absolutely not. But this is just based on, having watched a lot of videos, a lot of clips of this guy in terms of his skills, his qualities, the fact that he's got the ability to create, the fact that he's got the ability to score. Darwin Nunez, my friends. Darwin Nunez is hopefully on Manchester United's list at the top. We have reports coming out today in various different places. Manchester Evening News reported earlier on that United are handed a big Darwin Nunez boost. Reportedly setting his sights on a move to the Premier League. And we have a little update here as well, just in regards to Darwin. Benfica are actively involved in talks with a Darwin Nunez replacement. So there's reports coming out today that Nunez is set to leave, and there's some reports that maybe David Neres is being talked about at Benfica as a possible replacement. But what I like about Darwin Nunez is he's young. He's obviously got the ability to score goals. He's obviously got all the skills, the qualities, the trickery, and but also creation and vision as well. If you do look at compilations of his qualities and skills on YouTube and stuff, you'll see a lot of fantastic passes, a lot of fantastic flicks, little assists, things like that would make him very well suited to be a creator as well as a goal scorer. But we definitely need him to be a goal scorer in the Premier League, and we need somebody who's going to be a striker for us for many years. You see what Man City have just done, signing Erling Haaland? Well, that's going to help them out for the next 5 years, if not longer. And it could be 10. So Manchester City are pretty all right in that area. What are United going to do to respond? Yes, we do have Cristiano Ronaldo here for another year. We don't have Mason. Rashford's Gashford. Martial's Farcical. It's not a good enough set of players we got at the top there to score your goals. We're relying completely on Cristiano Ronaldo to score all of our goals at the moment. And with Cavani gone next year, it will just be 100% on Ronaldo. We can't have that. So United have to invest massively in the forward position. We've got to find somebody that is a goal scorer, that is the right age, that is hungry, that has the qualities for the Premier League, but is not, £100 million or £150 million. You've got to try and sign somebody that's a little bit less, 50, 60, 70, maybe even 80. But you've got to go and get a real quality player here. You don't want to be left behind. We don't want to be going around in the bargain bin, looking for gash players, looking for players like, I don't know, Richarlison. People talk about Richarlison. Fuck Richarlison, guys. I don't want to see Richarlison play for Manchester United. He's good, but he's not great. We need some quality players. Darwin Nunez at least has potential to go on and do fantastic things in the game. He's already obviously an international as well for Uruguay, and he's caught the attention of a lot of different clubs, guys. Different claims are that there's Chelsea are interested in him, PSG are interested in him, even West Ham, David Moyes, the Ginger Goblin, is interested in him. There's a lot of teams that are interested in Darwin Nunez, rightfully so, because he's netted 34 goals in all competitions this season for Benfica, and been a very, very impressive campaign, by far the most he's got. But if you look at last year's campaign, he's got way more assists, so he's obviously playing a slightly different role. He's the finisher, he's the goal scorer for them, this team. But the Athletic are reporting as well that the Chelsea are alongside Man United and PSG in showing interest in Darwin Nunez, who could cost a figure in the region of £75 million. While still under a long-term contract at Benfica, which does run out until goes until 2025. So that's why, the fee is going to be quite high for this guy. But you get what you pay for in a lot of ways. You get what you pay for. I mean, not necessarily in regards to Man United. Actually, we don't get what we pay for. We're the team, kind of like Everton over the years as well, where we just spent a lot of money and not really got a lot in return. Man United haven't got a lot in return, I don't think, from the money that we spent over the years. But anyway, you'd think, if you get this guy, it would give us a good chance over the next coming seasons to challenge the top sides for goals. Anyway, you need somebody who's got that natural goal scoring ability who can get you, hopefully, 25 league goals in the season. And I'm not saying he's going to do that right away, because the Premier League is totally different to the Portuguese league, and it's the most difficult, most physical, most challenging, most competitive league in the world. So he's not going to have the joys straight away, but he's only 22. So in terms of progression, in terms of where this guy's going to go in the future, I think he would be a good signing for Manchester United. There are a bunch of other forwards that we could get, but I'm looking around and I'm thinking, he's good, but he's not great. This guy, at least when you look at his videos, when you look at his skills and his qualities, he looks like a Manchester United player. That's all I'm seeing when I look at him now. I don't know too much about him because I haven't watched him week in, week out. But if you look at his compilations, and you can only go so much on that, everybody looks good on YouTube. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he does look fantastic. His goal scoring record in both the Portuguese League and the Champions League is very impressive. So, and also Ten Hag's tussled with him. And Ten Hag is supposed to have a strong interest in him also. So Ten Hag, Man United target Darwin Nunez. This is reported by the Express and other various gash outlets. But United target Darwin Nunez and as first transfer preference for Erik Ten Hag. So it's understood that Erik Ten Hag is very, very much a fan of Darwin Nunez from Benfica. Lots of reports coming out to say that he would be very interested in him. There's potential players going out, of course, forward players like Martial, Greenwood's not going to play. So we definitely need to sign some forwards. And the Dutchman is very interested in him from reports that we hear. So there you go, guys. That's all we've got on that, really. Ten Hag does have an interest in Darwin Nunez, and people were suggesting that he could be one of the first targets that Ten Hag would like to bring in at the club. Obviously, it remains to be seen. There's other clubs that can come in and sign Darwin Nunez. Are United prepared to spend the money on one player that it would take to sign this guy? Because I think it would be 60 or 70 million that it may have to be spent on this man. So are United prepared to spunk all that money on one player? Well, it does, I think, depend on some of the other transfer business that we do. One thing United cannot afford to do this summer window is rest on our laurels. You've seen previous seasons, we do tend to sort of draw things out in terms of the transfer negotiation to try and squeeze the price down as much as possible. Literally, we were discussing Jadon Sancho with Dortmund for like 2 years before we actually agreed on a fee. So what we cannot do is that this season. We can't sign all of our players at the end of the transfer window. I think we've got to be very proactive. They've got to be having conversations now with Erik Ten Hag on the phone and talking about who some of his major targets are, just to get the ball just starting to roll, for maybe having conversations as soon as Ten Hag's ready to take the reins, to sign players right at the start. so that he's actually got some sort of time when players come back for pre-season. He's got some sort of time to work with these guys and actually has a new squad there. He can't have a situation where he's got, 8 players have gone out and we still haven't signed anybody and the season's about to start. It would be really bad. We need to do business, and we need to do business early. So I hope that United have the bottle to go and do a big piece of business like this. Plus, in terms of PR, United look at this from just more of just in a football point of view, especially with our board, etc. And they're also looking at it from a commercial point of view. I think it would be good. I mean, you've got Cavani going out with that South American market. You've got Darwin Nunez coming in, the future. And he's obviously a big, big fan of Cavani. This guy's an inspiration. He knows all about Manchester United, Darwin Nunez, because, well, I'm sure he's following the career of Edinson. So, he's obviously a player that maybe could just keep us that market over there. This is things that the board definitely think about, They want to sell some shirts over in Uruguay, guys, So this is what they think about as well. Plus, he's only 22 in terms of an asset. He's not a depreciating asset. If anything, he's an appreciating asset. So he's getting more and more valuable by the day. So in terms of an investment for Manchester United, it's not the worst investment either. So I think Manchester United could realistically go in for this guy this summer. We shall see. Marky Harris has been a member for 6 months of the channel. Mark Harris, thank you so much for your highlighted member comment, you legend. And thank you so much for supporting the channel for 6 months. I can't believe it's already been 6 months. Hashtag 6 months of Mark Harris, legend, already a part of the furniture, my son. He says, cheeky message for Ten Hag, wig rehab fund, get in. He's too cool for that, Mark Harris. He doesn't want a wig, mate. He's got that Dutch Stone Cold Steve Austin vibe down to a T, and he's loving it. I don't know, man. I disagree. I think he should go to stick with the Mr. Sheen. You know what I mean? Thank you, Mark Harris, for supporting this show for 6 months. Thank you so much. Small man's got a hashtag 6 months in there. Nice one. That's it, Rajat Valacia says. It's all about it commercially. Board has no playing IQ. Spot on. If they made proper, true football signings and football decisions, there's no way they would have not signed a central midfielder in this summer. There's also no way they wouldn't have signed a central midfielder or a forward in January, just gone. And there's also no way they wouldn't have signed a midfielder or somebody in the previous January when Ollie had the team top of the league. So, I couldn't agree more. They don't make a lot of these signings, it seems, solely based on football decisions. They've got to tick a lot of boxes with United here. It's got to tick the footballing box, but it's also got to tick the commercial box for them big time. But a report makes claim about Manchester United signing Darwin Nunez, and it's terrible for West Ham. So West Ham sources suggest that a Portuguese outlet are suggesting that Manchester United are pretty much looking to bring in the prolific 22-year-old striker, and West Ham are going to lose out. They're one of the teams that are interested in him. But of course they're going to lose out, because as much as West Ham are a good team right now, they can't compete with the big teams that would be coming in for him. There's talks of Chelsea. There's talks of PSG, United. Depends what other business those teams do also. We don't have Champions League football. That is going to be a factor. But for a player coming over to the Premier League like Darwin Nunez, maybe he could just, maybe be willing to have a season at his age, just not playing in the Champions League. But those other clubs, Chelsea, who knows what they're going to be able to spend this summer? Will they have the same sort of level of investment as previous seasons? I think not. Maybe they won't be able to spend on players like that. You've seen Tuchel come out recently and said as much in terms of speaking about the situation at Chelsea. He doesn't know what sort of financial situation will be in the summer for Chelsea. Nice one, Rushmano says we got 74 likes. That's awesome. That's exactly half of the amount of legends watching. We can do better than that. We got 150 legends in there. Smash the like. Let's get to 100 likes if you are just joining us. Thank you, everyone, for taking a second to like the stream. Helps us out, boosts us up there, and helps us compete with the clickbait merchants. So do drop a thumbs up and all that good stuff, and smash that like on and subscribe. So, Manchester United, PSG and Chelsea in for Darwin Nunez, it seems. Benfica are already discussing options for other players who could maybe come in and replace Darwin Nunez should he be sold. It seems like they're pretty resigned to the fact that they're going to lose him this summer. They need to cash in as well. Well, they don't need to. He's contracted for a few years. But if they want to get the most money that they can for this guy, then this summer makes a lot of sense to sell him, because he's hot property and he's still got a good few years left on his contract at this stage. So there's no quick diminishment going on there. But certainly it will be diminishing over the course of the next couple of years. So they're going to cash in, guys. It's just whether or not who is going to go and sign him. But let's ask the live chat. Should Man United go and sign Darwin Nunez for, let's say, 65 or 70 million pounds? It's a big amount of money it would take. But let's see what you guys think. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think, yes, he's the forward player we should go and get. Or smash a 2 in the live chat if you don't think he is the right man for the job and maybe there's somebody else that we should go and get. In fact, let me know. Yes, says Mark Coffin. 100% says Ian Dawn. Jack agrees. Not sure, says Dan Davey. Kieran agrees. Nunez or Skamaka. Who is better, says a boy has no name. Well, it's all open to debate, my son. Denke Shooter, Philip Chapman, Dandy Cliff. I mean, I haven't seen much of whoever the fuck you're talking about, bud. We only have 100 million budget, says Kojak's Football Shack. Yeah, I think that's true. It will be 100 million. But we've also got the ability to sell other players. Think about this as well. So let's say United had 100 million budget last season, which we did. We had all those big players on the books. Paul Pogba getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. Martial, Harry Maguire, Matic, Mata, Cavani. Cavani was signed on a free transfer. I don't know exactly what he's being paid, but I think it's a lot of money, guys. Couple £100,000 a week to Edinson at least. So, think about that. That's a big, big amount of money you've already got saved because Edinson Cavani's going out of the club. Matic, Mata was on big money. Mata was on big money, guys. Pogba will be going out of the club. Jesse Lingard will be going out of the club. We know those players are going. There's also some other players that might be going. Think about how much money is being saved on wages alone just from those players leaving the club. That's another 50 million smackaroonies over the course of the year, which means that you can add that to the transfer kitty, in my opinion. Okay, you've still got to pay the wages of the players that come in, so it's not quite truly the case. But if you really need to invest, you really want to invest in this summer, then that's what you do. You rein the transfer, you rein the wages in a little bit. You don't make the same mistakes that you previously have done, overpaying players. You don't want to sign any players on a free with a 350 grand a week contract, any bullshit like that now. We need to rein it in. Bruno, Ronaldo, De Gea, those guys are the highest paid players in the squad, and nobody should be getting paid more than Bruno at this stage, if you ask me, because he's like he should be one of the top paid players in the squad, right? Even though he's been a bit shit recently, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of, we don't want to start signing players on huge money again, like Alexis Sanchez and crap like that. It's rubbish. Get rid of Paul Pogba, sign the right sort of players, for decent money, but it just allows us a bit more money to go and spend in the transfer window. So I think that our budget could actually be very high this summer because of that. But also, if we sell some of those other deadweight players like Maguire, McTominay, Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, Telles, Martial, if you can actually get buyers for these players, Bailly, Phil Jones, if you could get a few million generated for some of these guys, that's more money off the books with their wages as well. So United just need to do a complete fire sale this summer. Get every single melter out of this football club, all the guys that let us down regularly. We know who they are now. We've seen it time and time again under various different managers as well. It doesn't take a genius to work out that Phil Jones isn't going to be a stalwart starter for Man United 38 games a season at centre-back. And same with Eric Bailly, he's too injury-prone. And, it doesn't take a genius to realise Scott McTominay is a bang-average D-rated player. Sorry to say, he might have heart, he might have passion, he might have a bit of guile, but he hasn't got the ability for us. So, sell him on now. What's the point? There's lots of players like that, United, that we just need to start moving on. But yeah, it does look like Benfica are looking at a new replacement for Darwin Nunez, and that Darwin Nunez is very much a big transfer target for Man United this summer. And we are, at this moment in time, understood to be leading the race. MEN reporting that we've had a boost. Nunez would United are among the sides to be linked with a move for the 22-year-old. They've been handed a major advantage. Nunez is eyeing up a move to the Premier League in the summer, although they may still have a sticking point over a potential transfer to Old Trafford, blah, 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 blah. It's said that obviously having Champions League football may be an issue, but because of the situation with Ten Hag, him coming in here with a new project, essentially, if he has that conversation with Darwin Nunez as well, and just, it depends on so many factors. Ten Hag, if he really wants Darwin Nunez and wants to make him his star man, I'm sure he could do his best to convince him to come. Man United can pay the money. We have got the money. We can pay the money. If he wants to make him the high priority target, which goals are very important, guys. That's what we struggled with recently, apart from Ronaldo. Goals. Nobody else has scored any goals. We need guys who are going to score goals. And that's the hardest thing to do in football, really, is score the goals. So you've got to get, you've got to spend the money and get the right man. And that should be one of our highest priorities because of the Greenwood situation, because of the fact that Cavani's going. It's got to be one of our highest priorities to get a striker in. So anyway, let's get into the live chat before we move on to the next topic. Just see what you guys are thinking about the whole Darwin Nunez situation. Let us know what your vibe is. And we'll just dip into the live chat, see what you legends are saying. We're 2 likes away from 100 likes as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining and liking the stream. Getting nearly at 100. So true, Philip Chapman says, so many transfer rumours will probably end up with more melters. To just imagine if we did, just sign another couple of flops, it would be very disappointing. But I don't think we're going to do that. I think Ten Hag, at the very least, is going to make the right sort of signings that we want right now. And what I mean by the right sort of signings is players who are stepping up to the next club, who don't have necessarily the big name profile. Some of these guys, they're not like star players like Kane or Lewandowski or whoever like that. They're not huge names, but they're getting there. They're on the ascendancy. They're sort of on the rise. People like Darwin Nunez obviously makes a lot of sense. People like Anthony over at Ajax, being a 22-year-old Brazilian player who's attracting a lot of interest and also getting good amounts of assists and things like that, goals, and he's got that relationship with him. He could be another one. There's a bunch of different players that would be available who are not, huge name signings, but could still actually maybe do the job for Man United right now. That would remain to be seen. How would Anthony develop, and how would he transfer over into the Premier League, having come from the Eredivisie, which is a much easier league? Okay, it's still a good league, but it's not as good as the Premier League. It's just a totally different animal. So it's going to take transitional time as well for these guys to come in and adapt to the Premier League anyway. So there's so many question marks, but yeah, I could see us signing a bunch of players this summer, none of which are stars, but would actually make the team so much better by the end of it. And when I say stars, okay, Darwin Nunez is a star, but he's not like, he's 22 and he's only just really breaking through in terms of the ether over the last couple of seasons in terms of like getting in people's minds, It's not like he's been banging in the goals season after season after season. And this has been his real true breakthrough season as a goal scorer. So that's why everybody's talking about him. But you can pick out individual seasons from a lot of players around Europe that seem exceptional, players like Nkunku as well. And you just got to be careful, because sometimes these players, although they're getting great stats and great goals in their leagues, well, like we was just talking about the Eredivisie, can they do it in the Premier League? That's the big answer. That's the big question, I mean. We don't know the answer to it. And certainly Darwin Nunez still hasn't proven that. But I think that if you look at what he sort of offers, he would do well in the Premier League, but it remains to be seen. How do they do? How do they flourish once they're here? A nice one, Mickey Kramer. Thank you so much. Gary Finnegan says, do you think Darwin would do good in the Premier League, though? I mean, I do think he would do good in the Premier League because he's got pace, he's got trickery, he's got vision, so he can create you a lot of goals as well as score you goals. So he's not just a one-dimensional player. I mean, if we actually have a look at Darwin Nunez's stats over the last couple of seasons, it's not the Premier League, guys, but he's also playing in the Champions League. Bear that in mind as well, which is the elite competition in Europe. So we've got some basis to go on there also. If you look at what he's done this season for Benfica over in the Portuguese league, so he has actually managed to score 26 goals in 28 games in the Portuguese league with 4 assists, goal contribution of 30 and 28. I mean, it doesn't get much more prolific than that. Pretty fantastic stats. So very, very good. Nearly a goal a game over there. But in the Champions League, this is a big factor as well. He played 10 times in the Champions League for Benfica this season. And he scored 6 goals. Pretty impressive. And he was in total combined time on the pitch of 600 minutes. So he's getting a goal, every 60 minutes in the Champions League. So pretty prolific there. You go back to last season, also the Portuguese Cup, he's got a few goals in a few games. But you go back to last season, different sort of look, because he's playing more of an assist, more of a creator provider role. You can see that because he's got 10 assists, 6 goals, 29 appearances. So, sometimes he's played as a support striker, a few times in the wide positions. Most of the time he's being played as a centre forward though. So, but he's definitely a creator as well as a goal scorer. You look at what he did, previously, very impressive, but it's not for anybody of note. It's for Almeria and shit like that. But there you go. So, but going on what he's done at Benfica, what a prospect. 22 years of age, goal scoring stats like that. He's also capped for Uruguay. He's had 8 games for them, scored a couple of goals for them. Look, he's a prospect, isn't he? He's a great prospect. You've got to take a gamble at some point. There's no value in the Premier League. Who are we going to sign from the Premier League that's going to score us maybe 25 goals? Harry Kane? Harry Kane, they want over 100 million for him, but he's a big injury-prone slab. That's not going to guarantee you goals. It's not going to guarantee that he's going to be fit all the time. You've got to gamble at some point. This guy is, I think, a good gamble. You look at some of the previous gambles we should have, could have, would have possibly gambled on that we've discussed on this channel. People like Ruben Diaz, cheeky little gamble, not a lot of money. Did they gamble? No. Went to City, they gambled, success. Luis Diaz, did we gamble on him? Should have gambled. Did we gamble? No. Went to Liverpool, success. You know, we've got to gamble at some point for some of these players in different leagues who are showing great potential. This guy's showing great potential. Is he ready to step up? Well, we'll only find out if he goes to the Premier League. We'll only find out then. Gangshi, what's going on, mate? Very good, very nice. How you doing there, Gangshi legend? Hey, thank you so much, Jose Mourinho, for getting in here. Jose Mourinho in the live chat. He's got a super chat in there. Can we get a Sue in there for Jose? He says, repeat after me. I think United thinks for more English lessons. Reach me at greatest since alexferguson.bus. Jose Mourinho, okay, thank you so much. I think that your super chat is a little bit misguided. No, fair play to Jose. Thank you so much. Hey, speaking of Jose Mourinho, guys, there is quite a little bit of talk around the water cooler that Nemanja Matic is going to be a big priority for Jose in the summer. Let me just get my source up here, guys. Jose is going to be, here we go. Jose Mourinho has talked about Nemanja Matic recently, hailed him as a fantastic player and spoke of the trust that he has with the player and the possibility of bringing him to Roma this summer. But he did say this. He was asked about it. He was probed about it after the last game, I think. Sky Sports, speaking to Mourinho, was asked about the potential of Matic coming in to Roma, and this is what he said. He just said, I never like to speak about players. I don't think it is good for me, the club, the players. I'm not going to do that, actually, but everybody knows my relationship with the manager. He's the one of the guys who I trust. We won together. We fought together in United too. He's a fantastic player, but that's the kind of answer that is no good for me or for the player. So, you know, it does, in my opinion, just to reaffirm the fact that obviously Jose's thinking of Matic. He knows what a good player Matic is, and actually Matic is definitely a good enough player for him at Roma right now for what he wants to do for another season or two, absolutely. I mean, Matic is still, if you look at what he's done over the last couple of months at United, one of our better midfielders, absolutely. You know, at least he can sit in front of the back line and he's safe and he's got that control and he can win the ball back and he can get you going with a simple pass out. A lot of these players don't have that coolness on the ball. They're erratic, they give it away, McTominay, Fred, etc. Matic's got a cool head on him. And I think that Jose values that, and certainly in the Italian league, he'll get even more time on the ball, and he'll just be fantastic signing for Roma, I think. So I could see that happening, guys. Obviously, Smalling's over there, different players, even Mkhitaryan in Italy, of course, have done really well and sort of revitalised themselves. Ashley Young featured in Inter Milan's title-winning campaign under Conte last season, of course. There's lots of players that have gone over there and done well, and I think that Matic would absolutely do that. So, you know, fair play. Good luck to Matic. Thank you, Eddie's Football Waffle, my lad. He says, keep hitting that like, guys. Thank you so much. Can we get 150? Thank you, Eddie. Nice shout there, the sports betting. He says, Nunez, Ericsson, Lema, and centre-back. We should look into Romagnoli, Saiss, or Denayer. Hey, fair play, sports. So I think Romagnoli, isn't he available for nothing in the summer as well? Did I hear that? Oh, bloody water just spat out in my eye. Rushmeister says Matic already packed his Jose Mourinho bedspread. Definitely, mate. He's busted out the keyring of them on their little holiday together and all sorts. He's ready. No, seriously, he looks like he's about to join Roma anyway. We don't know that. If there's other offers that come in, but I would imagine if he was available for a free, Jose in the Italian league would be all over Nemanja Matic. Like you wouldn't believe. I'm sure he'd be all over him. And Vidic too. Right then, guys. Okay, so there's the news on Darwin Nunez anyway. A little bit on matches. Let me talk about this. Konrad Laimer. So we got a little bit on Konrad Laimer's situation as well. Laimer, I mean, Fabi gave us an update yesterday. It was just in regards to Bayern preparing an opening bid of around 18-20 million to begin talks with Leipzig for Konrad Laimer. It won't be easy, but Bayern want him. Julian Nagelsmann's pushing to sign Laimer as Premier League top clubs are interested too. He's out of contract in 2023. So because he's only got another year left on his contract, he's available for not a lot of money again, guys. Talks of 40 million euros, even a lot less like Romano's report here, 18 to 20. So that's very, very little amount of money to spend. So 20 to 40 million is some of the sources and reports we're hearing. But Romano's saying he could be available for as little as 20 million euros. Well, he does seem like a good prospect player for 15 to 20 million pounds. It makes a heck of a lot of sense. I mean, it's not a big risk, is it, to sign a player who's that sort of age, who's coming through 24 years old. He's exploring, different options at this moment in time. This summer, RB Leipzig are understood to be pretty powerless at this moment in time to stop other clubs coming in because, well, there's bigger clubs maybe that could come in. Different reports in Germany suggesting that Man United could table a 40 million euro bid. But as we just said there, different reports say that 20 million euros could be the price to get the job done. According to Sport Bild in Germany, they report that the 24-year-old Neymar is exploring different options with Manchester United and Bayern Munich. He's enjoyed a fantastic season so far in the Bundesliga by all reports as well, after having an injury-laden season last year. But he's flourished this season, and they want to keep hold of him, but they're resigned to the fact that it's going to be difficult for them to do it. He has an exit clause in his current contract, which could scupper their plans to keep hold of him, of course. Apparently he's got a release clause. That's what it is, actually. He's got a release clause set at 40 million euros, but because of his contract running down for down in a year's time, you might be able to get him for even less money than that. So in terms of Manchester United and who we could sign, I don't know a great deal about this guy. Again, I'm always a little bit skeptical of players coming over from the German league because, well, it's just not as good as the Premier League in terms of competitive edge. It's not as strong overall, and it's not as deep. So for those reasons, I'm always a little bit worried when we do sign a player like that. But he does seem good. He's also operated as a wing back as well, which is very important as well. Different couple of different times, but not really. So, but it's interesting. Also, we have options in terms of another player that was being talked about is Mukele as an option as well. So reports coming out there that Manchester United could go and get Mukele in the summer. So there's a Bild report that as well, that encouragement versatile defender suits. So you've got Lema, you've got Mukele, a few different options over in the Bundesliga who are available for cheap. It does seem like that could be the case anyway. Let's just have a look at this. Matt Rush has sent me something through. Jadon Sancho and Tammy Abraham in Paris. Interesting. That's quite interesting. There's a photo of Jadon Sancho and Tammy Abraham's come through in Paris hanging out together. Don't think we're going for Tammy Abraham, But there you go. So a couple of players from the Bundesliga being linked to us at this moment in time, guys. Konrad Lehmer and Mukele, a couple of players linked. The sports betting, mate, thank you for getting in. It says Basuma would be of interest, but because he's still under investigation with the police, it'll be unlikely that United will want any business with that. Hey, fair play to you, dude. Fair play to you, dude. Yeah, I think if you look at United's midfield options, Tielemans is the no-brainer because he's got not long left on his contract. Premier League experience, classy player, right sort of age. No-brainer for me. Oh, shit, I've missed a Gungshi super chat. Hey, thank you so much, Gungshi, you legend. Hey, thank you, Gungshi. He sent me a super chat. He says, congratulations on reaching 57k, Piggy. Hey, thank you, Gungshi, mate. I really appreciate you. Thank you, every single one of you legends who subscribed to this channel recently, or ever. All 57,000 of you now. Thank you very, very much for being subscribed to this channel. Does mean a lot to me, guys, to have you all aboard the Bacon Express here. And, we will give you all the latest United news in a no bullshit way. If you're new to the channel, drop the subscribe. Helps get to 58k. But yeah, thank you, Gungshi, for all your support over the years, man. And everybody else as well. Thank you, Jonathan Gallagher. Everyone, thank you for all the congratulations on the 57k. Let's get a hashtag 57k in the live chat. Come on. Anyway, Konrad Lehmer's currently exploring options. Sport Bild report that Manchester United could have a free passage to him, depending on what Bayern are looking to do as well. But he's 24 years of age, guys, and, he would be a good midfield signing for us, I think. Good midfield signing for us. Okay, also want to get onto a couple of other things really quick before we get into the live chat. We're going to have a big Q&A at the end, as we always do. But we want to just cover the rest of the United transfer news and stuff that's going on. Okay, so we have got a list of 6 different transfers that United could go for in terms of free transfers this summer who could be available. Let's get a little vote in the live chat, guys, after I say each and every single one. So, Dybala, Paulo Dybala at Juventus. For me, it's a big fat no. Because he's not the right sort of player that we need, I don't think. I think he's another mercenary. But then again, he is a classy player, 28 in his prime. But he's a bit of a mercenary. He had the opportunity to come to United previously and he pied us off. So that's why I don't like him. That's why I don't like him. So what do you think to Paulo Dybala? Yes or no, guys? Ian Dawn says no. Boomhauer says no. Get in there, Boomhauer. Thank you so much. Okay, Ousmane Dembele's contract standoff with Barcelona is still going on as well. 24 years of age. I mean, at some point, that could be a possibility. I'm going to say no, again, for Ousmane Dembele. Gangshi says Dybala isn't priority, surely. Absolutely not, no. I don't know. I personally don't think any of these guys should. Boubacar Kamara, on the other hand. Boubacar Kamara, yes. 22 years of age. Made 46 appearances in all competitions this season for Marseille. We're losing Matic. We're losing Pogba. We need some midfield. Reinforcements. And he's available for Nantes. And he's pretty young kid. He's not going to cost too much in terms of wages either. Man United have been heavily linked with him as well in January. We should have maybe gone and got him in January, actually, for 10 mil. The midfield is thought to be available for a real cut price deal from Marseille then. But with his contract running down, I think his contract ends in June. And he's believed to be quite keen to move to the Premier League. 22 years of age. He's been in excellent form for Marseille this year. Look, it's early days. It's just potential. But like I say, United have to gamble at some point and get players with potential. And hopefully some of those are going to flourish into top players. So I would say take Kamara's decent. Yeah, that's right, Ian Dawn. Kamara, if we can't get first choice. Kamara would be a good signing along with somebody like Ruben Neves or along with somebody like Tielemans. You don't want to just go and get Kamara. But if you could get him along with another midfielder or two, then I think that'd be great. Christian Eriksen. To me, it's actually a yes. I would take Christian Eriksen at United. I think he's a classic player. Always have done. He's only 30. Okay, he's had some health issues. It seems to be, behind him now. He seems to be playing regularly. He's done well for Brentford since he's come in last few months. He's available for Nantes. He's probably would like to play for a club like Manchester United. He's playing for Brentford right now. He's desperate to play football. He just wanted to get back and play football at Brentford. So you've got to say, he's got the Premier League experience. He's great with free kicks, set pieces, corners, all that sort of stuff. He's another proper footballer. He's a technical player. He's another proper footballer. Mata's gone out the door. Christian Eriksen, to me, actually would be a good player to come in and bolster your options up there. Yeah, he's not you're going to be your star man, but he can come in and play a good rotationary role. So I would take him. Yeah, Hajiv Walia says Eriksen, yes. Eriksen, a hard yes, says Boomhauer. Eriksen will be a big dub, says Hajiv Walia. Great shout there, Hajiv Walia. I think if you could maybe pull that off, it would be a very good signing to just give you options in the squad. And he's still got a couple of good seasons at the top. He's a quality option at the end of the day for not any money, really. Okay, you have to pay wages and sign an on fee, but not very much. Okay, Tarkowski apparently could maybe leave Burnley at the end of the season. Tarkowski, of course, we've got Maguire, Lindelof, Varane, Phil Jones, Eric Bailly, and Axel Tuanzebe, who we don't know which ones of those are going to stay at the club. But Tarkowski, for me, I mean, I would say, we could do a lot worse, i.e. some of the players we've got at the moment, but I would say no. He's not the sort of man that under Ten Hag is going to do a good enough job, I don't think. 29 years of age. He is a good player, but he's not a good enough player. We need a proper centre-back partnership of, that could rival the best ones in the league. And I don't think Tarkowski's ever going to be part of that. So there you go. But he is available. Sam Johnston over at West Bromwich Albion, guys. Goalkeeper, of course, is being linked to Manchester United on a free transfer. Looking at the Premier League, different clubs are interested in him. There's talks of Dean Henderson moving on in the summer. So I actually think Sam Johnston, yes, that could happen as a free transfer, yeah. I think we could sign him up. De Gea's contract, maybe Ten Hag doesn't want to keep him. But he would be foolish, in my opinion, to let De Gea go and not give him a chance. So Sam Johnston looks like he could be signed as well as an option for a free. So there's a few players, guys. There's a list of a few players. Quite interesting. I personally would take a few of them, yeah. I wouldn't take Dybala. I wouldn't take Dembele. I wouldn't take Tarkowski. But I would take Boubacar Kamara. I don't see how that's a big risk. I would take Christian Eriksen. He's proven quality in the Premier League. Matters leaving. Lingard's leaving. Maybe it makes sense to get another, a centre attacking midfielder, or somebody could play across the front, a few positions as well. Definitely a good versatile player, Eriksen. But of course, we've got Bruno Fernandes, who's going to be the main guy. It just doesn't hurt to have a player like Christian Eriksen around, does it? Great quality set pieces. So he makes a bit of sense. And then Sam Johnston as a goalkeeper option, that would also make a little bit of sense. Well, Boomhouse says Tarkowski squad rotation player. Yeah, well, if he would be happy in those terms. If United are prepared to get rid of all of our centre-backs this season, maybe we do need to sign a good couple of centre-backs. So this is what I would do. It doesn't mean that that's what United are going to do or what Ten Hag wants to do. This is what I would do. I would sell Maguire if you can. It's a big if. I would sell Bailly and I would sell even maybe, I'd definitely sell Phil Jones. Twanzebe I'd probably sell. And Victor Lindelof, really, well, I would keep Victor because you need somebody to be a backup, right? You can't just get rid of everybody. But that would leave us with Victor Lindelof, that would leave us with Varane, and it would leave us with Mengi, essentially, this young guy. So you're going to need to buy some more centre-backs there. 2 of them, really, if you're going to do that. But if you could generate all that cash by selling those few players, I don't see why you couldn't go and sign Pau Torres and then somebody else. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, I don't think Tarkowski's the option, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, I think United could maybe look to sign a couple of centre-backs. We won't, though. We won't, though. I bet you Harry Maguire's still here next season. I fucking bet you. Maguire's going nowhere, says Ian Thorne. Thank you, Rushmoney, for the like update. He says 133 likes. Thank you very much. Do drop a like on the video if you haven't done so. Let's see if we can get 150. Eddie's Football Waffle, great comment. He says Timber next to Varane. Yeah, 2 agile defenders could work, but defense needs a leader. Great shout, Eddie's Football Waffle. See, what I would like United to do is sell those players we've just signed and then sign Timber and also sign Pau Torres. Because that way, you've got, you know, a good few players at the club. Timber's only 20, remember. So, you know, I don't know if you can just rely on him immediately to do it in the Premier League right away. It would be nice to have somebody who's a little bit further along, who's got, like, serious, you know, years on him. I think Pau Torres is, what, like 24, is he? So, or maybe he's 23, but he's got a few more years on Timber. But, yes, if you could sign both of those guys, I think it'd be brilliant for our centre-back. But definitely Timber is a great signing, Eddie, because, well, he's young, he's only getting better, he's got that experience working with Ten Hag. And it just makes sense, doesn't it? It just makes sense. He won't be even that much money either. He's not going to cost a huge fortune, which is a plus point. Send Maguire to the reserves. Eric Bailly is for sale, says Rush Mano. Yeah, bloody hell, I hope so. And everyone else as well. Tarkowski, let's not do this, please. We just seen how low block Maguire can't do anything in high press. Tarkowski plays low block. He does play super low block, mate. Sean Dyche tactics, right, mate. Tarkowski's my boy. No, you're right, though, Eddie's Football Ruffle. That's it. Don't think that'd be the right look for us. Just like Maguire's not going to do the job for us in a Ten Hag system unless we're playing some low block gash. Right, on to news about Jesse Lingard then, folks. So we've got an update on Jesse. Newcastle United are reportedly not looking to sign Jesse Lingard because of his financial demands are far too high to fit into their wage structure. His wage demands are in excess of 150k a week, plus a huge signing on fee. This is what's being reported. Look, obviously, it depends. I personally don't think they would. I don't think that is true. I think Newcastle United, why would they drop their interest in Lingy? He is a good player. He's not very much money because, well, he's free. Yeah, you are going to have to give him a reasonable signing on fee and pay him reasonable wages, but you don't have to pay a transfer fee, and he's a homegrown player. So this is from the Telegraph. The Telegraph are reporting that Eddie Howe's team will not be pursuing Man United Academy product this summer, despite his availability on a free transfer. I disagree. I think they would be interested in signing Jesse Lingard. I don't know why they wouldn't anyway. I think he would be a good player for them for a few seasons. But then again, look, he's got that West Ham United link. That's also on the table. It's understood that they'd be interested in bringing him in. He's continuously linked with West Ham because of that loan spell he had last season where he was really good for them. So it would make sense that Moyes would want to come knocking if he's available for free. They'd already took him on a loan and were paying his wages, so it would make a lot of sense that they would want to take him back on a free and pay his wages. So, yeah, he did obviously do some great things for them. He actually, believe it or not, he had 16 appearances for the Hammers in the second half of last season. He scored 9 times, and he assisted 5 times in 16 appearances. So I'm pretty sure West Ham will be interested in coming and going to get Jesse. In regards to Newcastle, who knows? But I would have thought he's a player that they'd be after. Other clubs from abroad are also understood to be keen on him, especially in Italy. Teams like AC Milan, even Juventus, supposedly interested in him. Don't think Jose Mourinho is at the moment being reported as interested, but I would imagine that he might be. In fact, Jesse Lingard had his best season under Jose Mourinho in 2017, didn't he? He really did. So I would imagine there's a lot of clubs interested in Jesse. He is a good player, guys, at the end of the day. He's just not a good enough player for Manchester United. He reached the end of the line here. Like a lot of the players have. It's a time for a change here. So, yeah, he could go on and do some good stuff. Let's just ask the live chat. Where do you think Jesse Lingard ends up in the summer, guys? Let us know. Where do you think he starts next season? Is it abroad or is it for Newcastle or West Ham? I think West Ham makes the most sense just because he's had that link and David Moyes obviously loves him. And he's only 28. He's a homegrown player. He's available for free. West Ham are trying to do some things at the moment. I don't know. Sutton United, says Grace Sheridan. Fulham, says Johnny. West Ham, says Alex Walker. Far away from United, says Kingsley. And Newcastle, says Kieran Mallion. West Ham, says Scott Hutchinson. Hey, Haroli, how's you doing today, mate? Welcome in, boss. Hope you're having a good one. Absolute legend, how are you? Newcastle, says Batman Night Fan. Lingard's a bluffer, says Jarvis Cocker. Aroma to link up with Tammy and Jose, says J-Tib. Droylsden FC for Lingard, says Rushy. Barnet, says Mark Coughlin. The Dog and Duck, says 0793. Accrington Stanley, says Mark Harris. I see what we're doing here. So not a lot of love, not a lot of people rating Jesse Lingard in here then. Fair enough. I think he'll go to West Ham or Newcastle. I could actually see those teams fighting out for his signature. It's important for these Premier League sides to think about homegrown players as well. And, yeah, Newcastle United might just go out there and sign lots of different players. But I would imagine they would be quite keen to sign up a cheeky little Jesse for free, homegrown, and an extra player to their squad who's usable over the next few seasons. Definitely the same for West Ham. Okay, so that is the latest on Jesse. Does look like there's some strong links with him to teams abroad, such as teams in the Serie A as well. Oh, wait a sec, we've got a little update here come through from Rush Marno. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Okay, oh yeah, I saw that earlier actually. So we are also supposedly leading the race to sign Goncalo Inacio as well, who's a player I know absolutely nothing about. But he's a player that Manchester United are linked with. Don't really know too much about it, but just lots of reports coming out in Portugal that this guy is heavily linked to Manchester United. He's a player who plays for Sporting Lisbon. He's only 20. He's a defender. So there's a lot of reports today as well coming out that we are linked with this guy. Just another transfer link, guys, amongst the many, many transfer links that we had this summer. Maybe we are leading the race for this guy, but who knows? Who knows, guys? That's it. There's so many players linked. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick rundown before we get into... actually, Alejandro Garnacho's also understood we could be seeing hopefully a big performance from him later tonight. Of course, he's going to be playing. One of the players that's featured for United recently. Keep an eye on him tonight. Interesting to watch the Youth Cup final later, guys. Come and watch it with us on the channel about 7:15. Just a quick rundown of what we discussed, guys. Then we get into the live chat for the Q&A. But Benfica are discussing possible replacement for Darwin Nunez. They're resigned to the fact that he's going to be going. In the summer, they're looking to cash in. They could get £70 million or somewhere around that for him. Looks like there's a few Premier League clubs that are interested in. Man United understood at this moment in time to be leading the race because Eric Ten Hag wants to... It's understood at least to have want to make him a high priority signing for Man United and give him certain assurances of his role in the squad and that sort of thing. And obviously he's a big fan of him. But it does depend who else comes in for him. If it's just West Ham we've got to stave off, then that's great. But if it's teams like Chelsea or PSG are also being understood to be interested, then that could also cause us some problems because we just don't have Champions League football to offer these players. But Darwin Nunez is one of the forward players that's been heavily linked to Man United this summer transfer window, and I hope it's true because I think we need to take a gamble on somebody like him that looks quality. Okay, he doesn't have Premier League experience, but he's not going to get that until he comes in the Premier League, but he does seem to have qualities that would do well for the Premier League. He's both a creator and a goal scorer. He's skillful, elegant, physical. He's a good player at 22 years of age. So, yeah, I would like to see Manchester United try and sign him. We're monitoring the situation. It's developing, obviously, every few days because, well, the season's almost done and the transfer window will be open soon. So as soon as that window's open, you best believe Man United better get into gear and start signing players because we can't wait around this summer transfer window. We've got to strengthen and allow the new manager to work with the players from right at the start of pre-season, in my opinion. So I hope to see United do a lot of big early business. Hey, thank you, Rosh Mano, for your super chat, lad. Let's get a sue in the live chat for his £20 super chat. Thank you, Rosh Mano, you don. He says, I'm more excited to watch our youth team than our first team. 57k sub, get in there. Thank you, Rosh Mano, you absolute legend. 57,000 subscribers of the Baker Brigade. Much love to you all. Roshi, thank you so much for your mad support over the years as well, and all the help you give me with these updates and your fantastic sources and stuff. What an absolute legend! And yeah, I couldn't agree more, mate. So much so that we're going to be watching it later. We're going to be looking at the future of Manchester United. Some of these players, of course, may be given opportunities under the new coach. People like Garnacho. These guys, he might have a big future in the game. So he's 17, and a lot of these guys have got a big future in this game. This could be an interesting way to see the start of their career tonight. And like you say as well, they've actually done us proud this season in terms of the under-18s and what they've done to get to the cup final. That's pride, putting in good performances, and got there because they deserve it. And that's the difference, really. They've shown heart and hunger and desire. I haven't even watched their under-18s game this season. By the way, this is just going on what I've seen because I just don't have, I haven't had the time to tune into any of them. But I'm just saying, like, from what we've heard, they're a very, very good under-18 team, and here they are doing us proud. Unlike the first team, are a bunch of overpaid, overhyped prima donna meltbags who don't do us proud whatsoever and let us down every single week. So looking forward to seeing an exciting Manchester United under-18 side play tonight, and hopefully give us something to be proud of and win the trophy, mate. It's not all about that, but it'd be nice for them, obviously, to get that cup. Come on, United. Thank you, Rushmano, you legend. Let's get a hashtag Sue in the live chat for Rushmano. Yeah, Mickey Kramer as well has been a member of the channel for 23 months. Dude, one away from 2 years, you absolute goat. Let's get some goat emoji in there for Mickey Kramer. Old Trafford is sold out tonight. What an unbelievable club this is, man. Unbelievable. I know the tickets were cheap, but even so, just have that support. I think the previous record attendance for under-18s game was 38,000. So to get over 70,000, I mean, it's quite unbelievable, really, that this club is able to do that. Just goes to show you what an amazing support it has. I mean, just imagine Manchester City trying to fill out this game. They just wouldn't be able to do it, guys. Nobody gives a toss. They'd have 1,500 fucking people in there, and 1,000 of those would have probably been bought by Sheikh Mansour just from an extras company. You know what I mean? So very, very, very impressive from Man United to be able to do that. Yeah. Okay, right. Just a couple more little updates, guys. Actually, before I get into the live chat that have come through very quickly. So yeah, Mitchell, Paul Mitchell, because he's great relationship with Ralph. Manchester United also looking for a new director. We got a little bit on that actually from Romano a day or two ago. Just said that. Oh no, sorry, not Paul Mitchell. I got my Mitchells mixed up there. Paul Mitchell. So we're looking for him from Monaco. Yeah. I got my Mitchells mixed up there. Peggy. Man United are working on. This is from Romano though. Man are working on Mitchell van der Gaag still. From Ajax to be his assistant for Ten Hag. This is totally different related. I got my Mitchells mixed up there. Nice one, Rushmano. Okay, so yeah, we're working on also maybe bringing in Paul Mitchell as well, which would be great. Not to be mistaken with Phil Mitchell. Hello, Mum. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Okay, also Garnacho has been named the Young Player of the Year. This has been released just 5 minutes ago. Under 18s Player of the Year, Alejandro Garnacho. Let's get some applause emojis in there, my son. Get in there. And so, like I was saying, keep a lookout for this guy tonight. He has been named the Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Season, 21-22 season. 17-year-old Argentine-Spanish winger made his first debut in April's Premier League draw with Chelsea and has since been involved in several matchday squads. So the 5 goals in the under-18s run to the FA Cup Youth Final have been the highlight of a prolific season for Garnacho, who joined from Atletico Madrid in 2020. Particularly notable is his 2-goal performance in the 2-1 quarter-final victory over Leicester City, in which he first equalised and drilled a free kick before sealing the late win in an emphatic left-foot finish. So very, very good to see this. This guy is obviously somebody that's just been brought into the first team setup as well a little bit by Rangnick. Thank you, Mickey Kramer. Let's get a hashtag 23 in there for Mickey Kramer. What an absolute goat. Yeah, nice one, Garnacho. Good stuff. Good to see this youngster doing well. Looking forward to seeing a bit more from him in the future. Hopefully, Ten Hag gives him an opportunity. Maybe there are some gems that can be uncovered in that United setup. We've invested. Say what you want about the Glazers and the board, but they have actually over the last 5 years invested a heck of a lot of money in terms of signing young players like 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. They have actually invested quite a bit there. They've planted the seeds. They have planted the seeds, and some of those seeds are going to turn into big orchards, my friends. Okay. Okay, right. Let's get into the Q&A then, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Also, I forgot to mention, just as the rundown, that Konrad Lehmer is exploring opportunities. Sport Build in Germany reporting that United have an interest in signing this guy, and he could be available for 20 to 40 million euros. Has a release clause, I've understood, to be 40 million euros. Bayern are also sniffing around him as well, and understood to be interested in taking him. But Bayern are doing other business at the moment. You've seen that Mazraoui from Ajax, I believe, is also being wrapped up for Bayern Munich at this moment in time. I think Fabrizio Romano has confirmed it. In fact, actually, yes, he has, that Nusa Mazraoui is a new Bayern FC player. This was from 5 hours ago, so I did miss that, but he has confirmed it. New Bayern FC player, contract signed, medical completed, official announcement soon, as Ajax is still busy with the Eredivisie title race, and the next one's Ryan Gravenberch. So in terms of business that Bayern are doing as well, maybe that would leave us free to get Lehmer if they're also going after Gravenberch. They've signed Nusa Mazraoui, or however you pronounce it, from Ajax. Oh, shit, I dropped my glass of water all over my leg. Bollocks. But anyway, luckily it didn't smash. But anyway, official. Just sat here with a totally moist left leg now. Now I know how it feels to be Harry Maguire. Anyway, so... because he pisses himself at the back all the time, guys. That's why. Anyway, okay, so there you go, guys. Ryan Gravenberch is on the list for Bayern. They have announced, or it does seem like Nusa Mazraoui is a new Bayern player as well. So Ajax is selling a lot of players this summer. You know, Ten Hag's leaving, and we're hoping to go and raid them from a couple of players. Well, they're already selling a load of players, it seems. United just need to get on the case and act now, don't we, aside from players, big time. Other teams are doing it already. Let's get on and do it. As soon as the season finishes, bang, let's go and sign some players and announce them. Don't fanny around. Okay, let's get in the live chat. Thank you, everyone, once again, for getting in here. I'm going to have a Q&A for a few minutes. Stick around for a little bit. Do smash a like on the video. Drop a thumbs up. Let's get to 169 likes. Share it around on social media as well, and subscribe if you're new. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to chat. So get your thoughts and opinions in and have your say in the live chat. I need a drink. Bollocks. Okay, so I have to suck it out of my joggers. Wait, that sounded a bit wrong. Okay, let's get back in our chat, guys. Just give this a refresh. Okay, yeah, thank you, Chief Shrewman. Says 57k. Thank you very much, Chief Shrewman. Eddie's Football Officers, Piggo, stop watching Maguire highlights. Rip Piggo's water. I know, I'm so happy my piggy glass didn't smash, though. I'm happy about that. Better water than a wasted Bishop's Finger / Nun's Delight, says Boomhauer. Bishop's Finger, what a classic. Are you doing a watch-along on the Youth Cup final? I am, Naz786. Please tune into the channel around about 7:15. We'll get going around about then for the game. Freddie Fulham, what's going on? He says, why would Nunez, Koundé and Rice go to United instead of Chelsea? Only way I could see Nunez to United is if Chelsea go for Kane. Fair play, Freddie Fulham. Well, I would maybe say a large reason why they wouldn't want to go to Chelsea is because Chelsea's an absolute shithouse club, mate, who've just bought their success using dirty oil money over the last decade or so under Roman Abramovich, and they're just absolutely filth merchants. That's also a factor. No. Fair enough. Look, if they've got Champions League football, they're prepared to spend the money. Chelsea would be an attractive opposition for any player to go to. Of course they would. They've got new owners coming in, of course. You know, so I get that. But but Chelsea are a scum club, so maybe that would make a difference. Yeah, anyway, great legends to have you all in here. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Let's go. Darwin won't go to United. Why not, King Jar? Why not, King Jar? You don't think Darwin would go to United, man? Why? Man United is a huge club. Oh, because we don't have Champions League football? Okay, well, Zlatan Ibrahimovic signed for us when we didn't have Champions League football. Fucking Falcao signed for us when we didn't have Champions League football. These are big, huge name players. I'm pretty sure that we could get Champions League football. We could get a Darwin Nunez if we really wanted to go and get him. If we want to spend the money, make the assurances. It's not going to be long. We're not going to be out. It's not going to be long. We're going to be out of the Champions League. I don't think, guys. I hope that just this season. But even if it is a couple of seasons, we'll get back there very, very soon. This is a long-term project at Man United. Does he want to get involved with a long-term project? If he'd rather go to Chelsea just because they've got Champions League football and they might pay a little bit more money or whatever the situation is, then fuck him anyway. I wouldn't want him anyway. So it'd be good that we dodged the bullet. But actually, if we want to go and get him, I'm sure we could go and get him. We're a huge club, man. Okay, we don't have Champions League football. That is going to make a difference. Of course it is for a lot of these players. But we're still a great prospect, great team for somebody like Darwin Nunez, who's 22, been playing for Benfica, who are a Champions League side, who are a great side in Portugal. But in terms of Manchester United in the Premier League, it's a great place to come and play your football, even in such a shit spell as it is right now. Thank you. Eddie says, hit the like. Thank you, bro. Gary says a 40-year-old would be quicker than Maguire. Marco says maybe a 400-year-old too, Gary. Pig, if you look at the table, it's still possible for us to finish 7th, says Gary Finnegan. Let's have a quick look at the table, mate. Right, okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, yo, what's up there, Ulf793? Yo, Pig, slightly off topic. What do you think of Albion making under 17 season tickets £23? £23 for the year, is that? I'm guessing it is. Well, that's very, very cheap. You know what I mean? 23 quid for the whole year. That's not bad, is it? Ulf793, lad. Come and play with Ronaldo, says fire up. Piggy, do you still have shirts and merch link on the site? I think in the comment section, in the description, there is a link to the merch, actually, Mickey Kramer, I believe. In fact, I could just get something. I think I can just show you a thing here, which might take you to it if you wanted it. In fact, yeah, there it is. There's a link there, man. Rushmano, transfer update. Thank you, Rushmano. Let's have a little look at this then very quickly. Okay, Nick Cox, head of academy, and Harry Maguire will be presenting Alejandro Garnacho with the Jimmy Murphy Trophy ahead of tonight's FA Cup U final at Old Trafford. That's an update we just got in. What? Why Harry Maguire? Because he's the first team captain. It's a disgrace and a nonsense. That's going to tarnish that award for that poor lad Garnacho. Okay, also, we are supposedly interested, and we've got an update here as well that's come out today also, that United could possibly be looking at River Plate player Enzo Fernandez as well. We're looking for River Plate are looking for around 25 million euros for the guy. So just a late bit of transfer news, as well as all the rest of the transfer news that we discussed has come in. Thank you so much, Rushmano. Right, let's get into the chat for a few minutes. See what your legends are saying. Good afternoon there, Billy. What's going on? Hey, thank you, Mickey Kramer. No worries. So there should be a link there anyway. Boot him on the bonnet of the coach, says Mark Harris. I wouldn't let him on the coach. Garnacho's a baller, says the Vutinator. Yeah, so exciting. 17 years of age. Definitely looks like a very, very good young player, mate, and bright future in the game. Hopefully we can nurture him, and hopefully he can maybe break in over the next season or two into Eric Ten Hag's plans. But yeah, seems like a good young player. He's only 17, though. You've got to give him time to develop. But certainly I'm hoping by the time he's 19, he'll be a really, 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 really strong player for us, hopefully. Rushy CR7 for captain, couldn't agree more. Thank you, Rushmano, says subscribe to the channel. Dildo's in here, says believe. What's going on there? Eamon Barrett says, will you be watching the FA Cup U final? Definitely will be later on about 7:15, mate. Hey, Footboy Brownie, what's going on, mate? He says, hi, Pig, hope you are well. And I've got a big date tonight, so wish me luck. Hey, good luck there. Let's get some 4-leaf clovers in there for Footboy Brownie, lad. Good luck, my son. Go on, Footboy Brownie. I hope you make him a very happy man. Just checking. Hey, Freddie gets in there. Pig, could you imagine Keno in the same dressing room as Maguire? Oh, my goodness me. He'd be throwing punches at Slabby Maguire. He wouldn't let him on the coach. He'd be saying, how dare you have a good Irish name like Maguire? You're a disgrace to the name Maguire. I wouldn't let you on the coach, mate. Yeah, I could just imagine it. Considering what happened with Alvarez, Enzo will probably go to City, says Freddie Fulham. Oh, that would be horrible, Freddie Fulham. Yeah, you're right, Julian Alvarez. This is what happens. We just seem to lose out. Could you imagine? Oh, I read that, didn't I? Does Diallo have a future, says Star Rage? Yeah, I think so. I think he started to do some good stuff at Rangers, but look, I haven't really been following his time over there. I know he had a struggle at the start to his time in Rangers. We paid 40 mil for the guy. He's going to be given opportunities, I think, at least before. He's going to be given opportunities. He's still a kid himself, so he can definitely develop. But we haven't seen too much from him just yet. Courts with those 40 clovers, thank you so much. I did say that. Rushmano accidentally did say it. Yeah, there was somebody called Dildo in it, mate. You got a date with your left hand tonight. Wish you luck. Dean M, good luck, my son. Don't neglect Righty. She's feeling left out. I'm hearing Nunez to Liverpool, says Ryan Verstewis. Thing is, why I don't really think that Liverpool are necessarily even in the market for that guy. If you look at the forward players they've got, I don't see Mane going anywhere soon. Sane's not going anywhere soon. They still obviously got Luis Diaz, Firmino, you know, like, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe they are looking to sign a player, but they're not actually being too heavily linked at the moment with Darwin Nunez. Don't know if I will be playing FIFA tonight, Harjiv. Actually, might be the night off. Thank you, Fire Up. Oh, nice. You're waiting for the football brownie condom to arrive. Nice, mate. By the time they get there, they're going to be expired, lad. Hey, nice one, Rushy. Why does United start business so late, says Freddie? Other clubs are getting deals done. It's because they scrimp it down. They want to try and buy players for as little as possible. Think about Alex Telles. Alex Telles, they got him on the last day of the window, basically, just to try and squeeze the price down as much as they could to save a couple 100,000 or a couple of million. They did do that. And with Sancho, they could have gone and paid a little bit more a whole year before, and we could have gone. With Bruno Fernandes, we could have gone and got him in the summer for a little bit more than we spent on him in January that year. But we didn't. We just like to scrimp it as much as possible, man. United are the scrimping kings. They scrimp everything down to the... That's why they take so long. They're a bunch of scrimp merchants. What's that there, Scott Hutchinson? We should have waited longer for Telles. He's gassed, says Billy. I like Telles going forward, man, as an option. He's a good player. If you wanted somebody to come on and maybe like as an option, if you're down in the game, try and flood forward, get balls in, shots on goal, corners. He's very good. His set piece are good. Free kicks, he's good. I rate him. He's a good footballer. He's a good attacking wingback. He's not a good defender, though. Not cut out for the Premier League defensively. If you subtract all CR7 goals this season, United would be on 44 points right now. That's what he brings. Pity the rest of Melters. Shocking, isn't it, DJ Disco Dave, how much they've let us down. Thank you, Rushman. It's a great show, guys. Thank you, Rushman. 159 likes. Nice one, everyone. My priority, Ryan versus Lewis. It really, Ryan, 4 players priority, but ideally 6 coming in. Minimum 4 players priority, though. Centre-back, 2 central midfielders, and a forward. That's the bare minimum. And even then, we really do need a winger. We really do need a fullback as well. But bare minimum, 4 top players coming in for centre-back, 2 central mids, and a striker, I think, would do as well. But actually, we do need to look at bringing in a wide player, because is Diallo going to be good enough? Will Sancho stay fit all season? You can't just pin your hat on Sancho. You've got to have a bit more depth. So, yeah, I think we could do with bringing Anthony in and Timber as well as other options. But certainly in terms of a wing-back, we could do with adding somebody there. Do you think City will drop points as Cornish Pirate? I personally don't actually know. And even if they do drop points, it depends on the goal difference, of course, and what happens in these games if they got battered, say. But, you know, if they only lose 1-0 and Liverpool only win 1-0, then goal difference will still be with City as well. So I do think City are going to win the league. 5-3-2, we'd be stronger even with Maguire, says Chris Barker. Hey, shout out Lucky Champion 1T3 as well. Lucky Champion 123. Shout out to you. Star Rage as well. Thank you, Ryan. Nice one, guys. Nice one, Star Rage. Chris Parker. Thank you, Mickey Kramer, Scott Hutchinson. I'm actually going to wrap this video up here, guys, but we're going to be back in about an hour and a half for the FA Cup Youth Final watch along. Please do watch it with us if you want. You can find it on MUTV. I think it's on the FA Cup player as well for free. Or FA player or whatever it is. So you can obviously watch it with us. Watch the game along with us. We'll be on here around about 7:15, so do tune in then, guys, for the watch along. See you later on, guys. See you later on, basically. I'll just answer Gary Finnegan's question last. He says, Pig, what do you think of Haaland going to City? Gash for everyone else, mate. He is a proven goal scorer. He is one of the young players. He is potentially one of the players, along with the likes of Kylian and Mbappe, that's, of course, going to go on and take the mantle from the likes of, you know, Lewandowski and Suarez as those proper goal scorers. Even Messi and Ronaldo one day, maybe. Probably not. But, you know, I mean, they're going to be the next ballers, the next goal scorers, Kylian and Haaland. You know why? Because they already are. Haaland, though, can he do it in the Prem to the same standard? That's the question. He's only done it in the Austrian League and the German League and the Norwegian League so far. Can he do it? Although he has been doing it in the Champions League, he's just got it. You can just tell he's got it. He's got that movement. He's got that finesse. He's got that goal-scoring ability. So I think he'll be a success at City, sadly. But he has got some injury concerns. It's not an ideal signing for them because of that. So what if he gets injured? Like, he's had a bit of a dodgy, patchy injury record over the last year or so. What if he gets injured a lot? You know, it's not necessarily guaranteed to be 100% perfect. But he's got the potential for them to be the next sort of Sergio Aguero, who could stay at the club for a decade and bang him a shitload of goals. He's got that potential, but hopefully not. But it's a great signing for them, especially for 51 or 55 million, whatever they spent. It's a great signing for them. It's a shame. I think he'll struggle to get the same sort of figures he's got in the Premier League, though. Thank you, Superstar. See you later for the final. Thank you, NK Shooter, Junior Pert as well. Star Rage, Mickey Kramer, Gary Finnegan, Eddie's Football Waffle, Superstar, Star Rage, Rushmano, Mickey Kramer, Freddie Fulham, The Vutinator, Robin, Lorena Marquez as well. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. That's going to be it for the show. Do drop a like on your way out. Do hit the subscribe button if new. Follow us on social media as well at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. In fact, check out my Instagram, because I posted a video and a story picture of a fox in my garden. It's interesting. Check it out. I'm not talking about a Leicester player or anything. I'm talking about an actual fox. Just I've posted it. Anyway, follow me on Instagram, guys. Flying Pig United. There it is. Right, okay, stay classy, everyone. Have yourselves a good night. Boomhauer as well. Jarvis Cocky, legend. Have a wonderful day. Sports betting, Billy. Superstar Luan France, absolute legend you are, Luan. Hope you're good as well. Billy as well, absolute channel member legends. Thank you to all the channel members. Thank you to all the moderators. Thank you to all the super chats. Thank you to everybody that got in and had your say in the live chat, all the viewers, all the watchers. Thanks for everyone who chucked tonight. Just thank you, guys. Thanks for 57k. Thank you, guys. I'll be back on later for the watch along. See you then. That's the United news for now. We'll bring you all the latest goings on at the club as and when they happen in a no bullshit way when we got more concrete updates. I am expecting a big transfer window this year from United. I think it's going to be the busiest transfer window we've had on this channel. And we've had some reasonably busy ones, but I do think it's going to be the busiest. So strap yourselves in, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. See you on the next one, guys. And come on, United!